Hello, my name is Paul Meister. I'm an ER doc in Wabasha. I just want to talk about the spear briefly. This is the needle decompression thing that we're going to go to in the ER and for EMS. So I just want to talk about, there's other training videos on this that I encourage you to watch, but the point I want to make is about the 3 centimeters idea, because I think, and I've taught this before, and this seems to be the thing that people get the most hung up on. So you picture my 2 fingers here. If this is a rib, if the patient's body is over here, right? This is a rib, this is their skin, right? I'm going to stick the needle in. I'm going to go until I hit a rib, right? So at that point, I'm going to slide my finger down. And this is teaching from the lateral approach, which is the way I teach it with my EMS agency. So I slide my finger down to there. So now, again, this is skin. This is my middle finger of my left hand is the rib. I slide back 3 centimeters, and then I go over that rib, and I stop when my finger hits the skin again, because that way that sharp point only ever goes 3 centimeters past the outside of the rib, right? You don't want to hub this thing into here and do a cardiac biopsy. That's no good. So you don't want that sharp tip. It's like a 10 gauge needle. You don't want that going deeper than 3 centimeters past the outside of the rib. If you have a patient who's really thick, again, so same thing. And so let's say now, let's use these 2 fingers, right? So now this is rib. This is the patient's skin because they're pretty thick. So I'm going to go through all this tissue. And now I count my 3 centimeters starting from here. So there's 1, 2, 3. So now then my pinky finger is now the rib. So the needle goes up over that rib. My finger stops 3 centimeters deep. So again, that sharp tip of the needle only goes 3 centimeters past the outside of the rib, right? So it's always 3 centimeters, but whether it's this 3 centimeters or this 3 centimeters or this 3 centimeters, whichever one, right? That depends on how thick the patient is, how much tissue between the skin and the rib. So that's the point with the 3 centimeters.